Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Taz, and you are listening or watching In the Spotlight podcast. I'm joined with my co-host, my sis.
It's Alicia Kimberly Rose, your favorite storyteller.
Habitual storyteller.
I don't like the way you said that. That sounded like on my birthday. I don't like that. On my birthday? Oh.
On your birthday, happy freaking birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Hey, I told y'all that if you ever meet her in person, face is always beat and she always smell good. Y'all, she got this studio smelling like a warm man.
Last time he said I smell good, I put on some new perfume and I smelled the best. My legally blind mama was like, "What is that?"
Jesus Christ. I love it.
You will not jinx me.
She looks and smells wonderful today. But happy birthday. Any plans besides praising the Lord?
I'm gonna eat all my free stuff that I got in my email.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get in the bag.
No, that's it.
I'm alive. That's all I need.
So I asked you before the show and you told me absolutely no. There's no turn up.
I've been turned up since I was like 12, 13. I'm from the country. So
Okay.
I did all my shenanigans, baby.
Yeah.
We old now. I'm ready to go lay down.
Girl, you don't understand. Like, that's my favorite pastime is going to bed.
Yeah, so all I need is some snacks and a nice pillow and I'm good. And a
feel
good show. Because Sinners is out on Max.
It's out on Max. I was going to ask you about Sinners, but then there's another TV show I want to turn you on. So I don't know if you'd be into it or not. But before we get into that, we are going to have our sound of the week from TikTok. Let me know what you think about it right after this.
You don't want to do that thing, post that thing because you're worried about what people might think. Let me help you. They gonna think it's trash. Now what? They gonna think it's cringe. So they gonna put you in a group chat and put the side eye emoji. They gonna be like, "Hi, my old friend from high school, my old coworker, look what they trying to do." Okay, so now the worst has happened. They think it's trash, they think it's cringe. So you gonna let that stop you? You ain't gonna do nothing now? Believe it or not, actually trying is doing most than most people ever will do. Sometimes people make fun of you because they really can't try themselves. So don't let their fear be your reason not to do it, all right?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Taz and the one and only
Alicia Kimberly Rose.
We are back with another episode of In the Spotlight podcast. Happy birthday one more again.
I appreciate it.
Looking like you looking. Got this hair back and forth, whipped and all of that.
$7.99 again.
Come on, look. So this is a prime example how you can take, how we take stuff and we make stuff what it is.
Make it work. I ain't have no money, so I was like, let me see what I got in this bag.
Girl, you look good with it though. So happy birthday once again. We love you and we celebrate you on today. Do me a favor, wherever you're listening to this, if you're on TikTok, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, go to the comments below and just tell a happy birthday and we'll slide that Cash App at the bottom of the screen.
Praise God.
Fulfill that Cash App link if you don't mind.
Praise it.
Man, so what are you watching these days?
I'm watching all things black. I'm like Issa Rae, rooting for everybody black. So
That boy.
anything black come across my timeline, I'm gonna watch it. I be wondering what y'all got me watching, but I watch it. I support.
So I know before the commercial you were talking about Sinners. Did you actually get to go to the movies to watch it also?
So I went to see Sinners the very first day it came out in 70mm IMAX because I was like, look, y'all put everything on TikTok.
Yes.
So I said they will not spoil this for me.
Yes.
So I was there at 3 p.m. ready to roll.
Okay.
And I just knew Michael B. Jordan was gonna show up. He did not, but that was okay.
That was the wish.
But yeah, that 70mm experience was a different kind of beast. I'm so glad I saw it that way first. Then I went to the regular movies and saw it, and I was like, it's still good. But then on Max, HBO, whatever we call it these days, it's not the same as seeing it in the theater. So I'm so glad I took myself to the theater them 3-4 times and saw it in the way it was intended.
You are a true fan 3-4 times.
I mean, I just love black stories. And it was set in Mississippi, not too far from where I actually live.
Absolutely.
So I was like, we representing my real life story. Like my mom and them lived on a plantation. So this felt like my real life. So yeah, I watched it as many times as my wallet will allow.
I agree with me being from Mississippi also. It ran home. The one thing that reminded me of where I'm from is the church at the beginning.
Absolutely.
Because like my home church in Mississippi, they probably still start service out like that right now.
See, and my grandmama and them, they lived on the plantation, so picking cotton was something they
Mhm.
really did. And
Yeah.
I wanted to pick cotton so bad, and my mom was like, "Girl, go sit down." And I see why, because that was dumb.
It was dumb.
That was slavery. And I was trying to be a part of slavery. Mom was like, "We did that so you wouldn't have to."
Right.
So when they were riding down the road past the cotton field and the chain gang, I was like, this feels a little too real for me.
Yeah.
You know? So it was a lot of moments where I had to be like, I'm sure my uncle never went through this in real life. Praise God.
Well, see, I didn't necessarily have to go through the picking cotton, but as a kid, 4 and 5 and 6 years old, my grandmother, like our whole street was nothing but family.
Mm-hmm.
So like my grandmother had 2 gardens beside the football fields. So in the summertime, whenever you would think as kids we out having fun, no, we in the garden picking peas and
corn,
all that stuff. I got so tired and so traumatized by shelling.
Shelling peas.
I was like, no.
Purple hull peas. I don't eat them now because of that.
Yes, like I got traumatized as a kid. But there were also elements to the movie that got my attention. And I think my favorite scene of Sinners is the music scene. Whenever they show the different genres, that was everything to me. But now I'm into this show. Willie got me into it. Ironheart.
Ironheart on Disney Plus. Oh,
Yeah.
They sent me a little care package. They sent me a poster, some stickers. I felt like I was Jackie Aina. I felt like I was getting PR. It was just a poster, but I was okay with it.
I love that. I need to, so you was asking me how can we get into XYZ. I need to know how you getting posters.
They sent me a message on Instagram and I was like, this may be a scam, but I'm okay with it. And it was real because it came in this little, the little fancy little boarded up thing.
Yeah.
And it had Chicago posters. My sister's like, you out here ordering stuff? Girl, I ain't got no money for that. I don't know what this is. But it was a poster, so I felt real special. Put me on some more PRD, Disney.
Put it on some more. We need some more.
I appreciate it.
And some partnerships, as a matter of fact, because if you give us pre-watching links, we'll watch it and talk about it. I promise you we will.
I ain't got nothing but time.
With that part. So how did you feel about, so did you watch the full season?
I watched the full 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I watched it on Threads. Like we did like this little live event type situation.
Okay.
So I made sure I watched the first 3 episodes over and over and again because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, do I need to go back and watch Doctor Strange? Like what are we doing? But Riri, she got a lot going on.
She does.
I have a love-hate relationship with her because I get it. You're grieving, but you're making some bad decisions. And we can all relate to that. What happens when you lost something and you can't get it back and what you'll do to try to move forward. But she was wilding.
When I saw the first 2 episodes, I called Willie. I was like, I'm getting so much revelation because how the man came to her and was like, I'll give you all of this if you do this. And because it was so intriguing, and this is probably going to be the show, because, I didn't even think about this before, but how the enemy knows what you need and will present it to you in a way because you don't have any other way to get it. You actually take it.
But I realized villains in real life and in the movies, they always prey on need and greed.
Yep.
They get you with what you really need and they know what you can't do without. And the extra thing that you don't really need, but you really want, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they hold you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
And that's how they got Riri. And it was like, she already knew, I don't want to be this person, but I need all of these things. I need money to build this machine. And he was like, I'll give you all this money. And like you showing me money and I need it. If I'm that weak person or if I'm in such need and I know that there's no way out, it's like she didn't even really have to think about it. She was already convinced whenever she saw what the presentation was. She was already convinced that that's what she was going to do.
But it plays into that thing how you judge the other person that made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's, old people say it's not so fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah.
But you're put in the same situation. You don't even hesitate to make the better decision.
Yeah.
Even though you saw what this is going to do. You saw how that man's skin was all welt up, burnt up, and the stuff climbing up his neck. And you still did it.
Still did it.
Like, that was so dumb to me, and I was judging her, and I said, but if Mephisto came and said, I'll either give you your daddy back or give you his credit score, I would have been like, go ahead.
Yep. Or give you the credit score. Come on.
Come on. Because that's what I'm saying. When you really need something, you forget. You don't forget right and wrong, but it dims the right a lot.
I tell people, don't judge my decision when you didn't know my options.
That's true. That's fair.
Because, like, sometimes we are left in positions to where we feel like the only way out, although it's not the most positive thing, is the only way out.
But she had other options. She had Wakanda. She had Shuri.
She did.
But she also had pride.
Yeah.
So that's that whole pride goes before a fall.
Yeah.
Like, she had other options, but she just didn't want to resort to it.
Like, this movie was more, to me, it was more of a spiritual awakening in both scenes. I saw the God part of everything. But then comes the other episodes where they introduced the other stuff. How did you feel about that?
You know, they showed me putting a lot of witchcraft and stuff. The witchcraft was in centers, and I was just like, blood Jesus.
Yeah.
And then this was a lot more pronounced, and I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But I get it that not everybody is Christian. Not everybody believes what I believe, and those people deserve to be represented too. So it's just like that tug of war, like, am I supposed to be watching it?
Yeah.
Can I peek past this? Is it going to get me, Jesus? Like,
Yeah.
what we doing? So I'm still navigating that.
I think for me, and I would congratulate you in the same manner, it's because we are not that deep, that thing, like, we know how to, I'll say this, I know how to, because of my relationship with God, how to, I guess, balance it to where it doesn't affect me.
But I think it also depends on your spiritual gifts, how you've grown up, because I grew up in a household where everything was a demon. Mama was like, that's a demon, that's a demon.
Yes.
And like, I couldn't watch cartoons, couldn't hardly watch Power Rangers. But then when I went back and looked at that stuff as an adult, like, I think I remember Sailor Moon. I used to sneak and watch Sailor Moon. She was like, that's a demon. I was like, it's not a demon. I went back and watched Sailor Moon. It's absolutely demons in there. First episode, demons coming out of the jury. I was like, you know what? Josephine was right. That was my bad. So it's just a matter of what can my spirit take? Because some people, like, who are dreamers and things like that, sinners affected them differently because they're in tune with their spirituality maybe more than I was. And I also was like, the blood of Jesus, Jesus don't give
the whole time.
So it just depends on what you can allow and what you can take, because everybody can't take the same stuff. So when my church friends was like, I didn't watch Sinners, it was demonic, I was like, I can see how you thought that. God bless you. Now, when discussed it with a friend who did watch it, you just balance. Yeah.
How did you feel about the last episode of Ironheart?
When she finally did take the bait.
When she took the baits.
I was like, you did all that work just to relinquish this. Like, you did everything Parker did. Like, you ain't no better than Parker. Yeah, she works, because you know what the end result is. You still was like, but then it was her friend. So, like, I have a best friend, and I think about what if she leaves me, and that hole that it will leave. So I was like, my bad, I can't judge you, because I probably want my friend back too. So
now, I did the unexpected for me on the last episode was whenever what's the crazy guy?
Parker or Mephisto or
Mephisto, the guy with the robe.
Yeah.
Whenever he went to his dad.
No, that's Parker. Parker, the hood.
Yeah. Whenever he went to his dad and was like, basically sign over, I want everything. But then they done the flashback to whenever he was talking to the devil. I call him the devil. And he was like, what do you want? He was like, I want to be rich. I want power. And to him, power was, I want everything my dad has.
Yeah, but I still was judging him, because I was like...
Well, I judged him the whole show.
I judged his daddy too, because it was like, you just threw that boy out. That was not right.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't have he would have had to kill me. You don't have to take my house.
So do you think he was a product of his environment?
Well, I did a lot of deep dives on TikTok, so they said all the stuff he went through, and I was like, but that should make you not want to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Since you know what it feels like to be hurt by the bad guy. And maybe he thought he was being Robin Hood, but when you don't have that moral compass to keep you from slipping over the edge, enough is enough, and then it's too much.
Yeah.
So I ain't like Parker. Parker was trash.
Yeah, he would have killed me because that house was.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, you just gonna kill me. Like, we already beefing. Go ahead and take me down.
Because the thing is, if he would have killed his father, and his father wouldn't have signed the paper,
you would have had nothing.
You wouldn't have had a thing.
You just won't have it.
Yeah.
I'd rather die on it.
That part. Look, this is the I was about to say the intro podcast. This is In the Spotlight podcast with your boy Taz and the one and only
Alicia Campbell Rose.
We are going to be right back with our deep dive in just a second. Hey, what's up, everybody? You are back with In the Spotlight podcast with your boy Taz and the one and only
Alicia Campbell Rose.
I absolutely love the fact that my sister is a part of the show. Today is her birthday. She is 20 all over again.
I'll take it. I will take it.
I wish I had like the little things that's falling from the sky. Maybe I could like put the little edit in where they like come over you and they fall at your lovely skin with the makeup done, the eyelashes and all of that.
Don't let it come on, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, in a couple of minutes, it's probably going to come off because you cry in church sometimes.
No, I'm not crying today.
You ain't crying today?
I had my week a couple of weeks ago. I'm good today.
Okay, you good today.
I'm
going to try not to cry today. But shout out to, while we're talking about church, shout out to Bishop Sherman C.G. Allen and co-pastor Dr. Otanya Allen at the Christ Cathedral Church, Fort Worth. I'm not going to try to do it because I'm not going to remember. What's the address?
3201 Purrington Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know the zip code. Google it.
That boy. Follow them on all social media. Also, that's the best way to find out everything that goes on at Christ Central. Oh, Christ Cathedral. What am I doing? Not Christ Central. Don't follow them. My bad. Anyway, the deep dive. We are talking about celebrating small wins, and I'm going to let you start this off, Alicia Campbell Rose.
Okay. Well, a small step is a win because it creates momentum that will propel you toward bigger goals. Breaking projects into small steps can also reduce fear, clarify direction, and increase the probability of future success. What are small wins? If you're trying to improve your health, getting up a little earlier to take a walk is a small win. Going to the gym after school or work is a small win. Choosing a nutritious option, I will not be doing that at the restaurant, is a small win. Each of these achievements brings you a little closer to your long-term goal. You know how they say eat the frog?
Yeah.
That's nasty just to even think about it. But you take smaller bites. You don't do it all at once.
The smaller bites will lead to being taken Eventually. And see, that's the thing. It's the eventually part. Because I think that for me, small wins didn't exist before a certain age because I was like, I know what I want to see. I know what it's supposed to look like once I've done this or that. And because I didn't see it, totally discouraged and didn't want to do it anymore. Why do you think it's so hard for people to want to accept the small wins?
Because we live in this digital age where you see everybody's success reel online. So you just see the end result. You don't see all the sacrifices. You don't see all the no's. You don't see all the failures. You just see that Shantae always winning, but Shantae didn't tell you the 55 times she lost. So we always want the end product before we want to actually do the work.
That's the one thing about social media I don't like. They always only show you the glitz and the glam, but never the process.
And that's why I didn't like testimony time in church, because no one people lie.
This is true.
No one people lie. And they don't tell, no one don't tell the part where they actually made the mistake. It's just like, God did it, but what did you do?
Yeah.
And so that was always hard for me because you never saw the entire story. You just see the highlight reel.
And I think what it does to what I see is it makes people want to get into certain things with incomplete mindset of how to accomplish. Because if all I see, like, the number one thing, every YN want to be now as a rapper, or they want to play sports. And because everybody in your neighborhood tell you that you're good at it, everybody in your family tell you that you're good, and then you go on social media and you see your favorite person, and all they're showing you is, I'm making $1 million now. Never said it took me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, or it took 1 or 2 years to get here. They just show that this is what it is, and then people get in because their heads have been pumped up so much. It's like, I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna make this money.
Or people show you they're making $1 million, but they don't show that they spending $700,000 of it on all these other things, because with more money comes more problems, more responsibility. So we don't have realistic expectations these days
at all. I was watching a video, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, where I think it was Kevin Hart was sitting down talking to somebody, and he was like, yeah, you see me making, I signed $1 million deal on the movie. Well, just because I signed $1 million deal on the movie, $1 million is not going into my bank account.
Because you have all these people to pay.
Absolutely.
You have all these expenses.
So, like, we look at the big picture. We look whenever a deal is signed and it's publicized and it's saying, oh, Kevin Hart made $1 million, or Felicia Kimberly Rose just signed a Fendi deal with Rihanna and it's $2 million. Everybody in your family calling you now because, oh, you got $2 million, cuz, sis, or whatever, like, hook me up.
But people don't realize the amount of money and amount of work you put in ahead of time.
Yes.
To get these deals. So a lot of that money is paying back what you already owe, how much debt you're in, trying to get this, trying to look like I deserve this.
I learned that in the music industry because a lot of times whenever certain artists are put on, they get sign-on bonuses. So let's say you get a $500,000 sign-on bonus. People don't understand that you have to pay $500,000 back before you really make any money. So because we see you at the concerts and we see you doing these big things, people get bamboozled by the fact that they see that and don't understand. You're working to pay off a bill pretty much.
That's an indentured servitude.
Yes.
So you come in on the farm. That's that. What's that? On Get On Up. Is it Get On Up? No. What's Cadillac Records? When Jack Wolf tell him, I want you to know what it feels not to have a daddy. Because he's steady paying him. He's steady paying money and houses and cars, but he never give him no cash money.
Absolutely.
And that's what the industries are like.
Yeah. New Edition movie. Whenever they were younger, and instead of getting paid money, they were getting the record label bought them scooters.
See, that's what I'm saying. You just see the Instagram picture, but you didn't see the deal that was made on the back end.
And the person that's out in front, contractually, we're going to smile and we're going to make you think everything is good. But whenever the lights is off, the camera's turned off, ain't no microphones in front, and we back in our homes, back in the hood, where we still don't have food in the refrigerator, we crying trying to figure out how we're going to do it the next day, just to wake up the next day and flip the on switch to make it seem like everything is good.
That's the tell us all this time. That's why, you never know what day's going to be your last day. So I'm going to celebrate everything. I'm going to celebrate my $7.99 week. I'm going to celebrate that I'm alive and that I can take a nap after church. Like, it's the little stuff, and it's just having that gratitude. Because if you're not grateful for the right now, when you get to the moment that you've been waiting on, it still won't be satisfactory to you because you did enjoy the little moment.
And those I learned that the small wins for me, like I used to write out my prayers. Number one, God, do this. Number two, I need you to do this. And what happened is every time I accomplished a small win, number one, it made me feel good and to let me know that all of my hard work and dedication wasn't for anything. But it pushed me to want to get to the next thing. So I think one of the things that people should do or should consider doing, whatever your small win is, whatever your goal is, write it out. And whenever you accomplish that, be able to look at it and be like, okay, God, or whoever, whatever, I did this, so I know I can do this.
But it's the receipts to show, even though I haven't accomplish the big thing, God still hears me. He still answers. And so it's a track record.
Yeah.
It's the receipts.
Yeah.
So that when something doesn't happen, okay, but this did happen, so if he could do this, he could do that. If I can do this, I can do that. So you have to have that reminder that anything is possible.
Definitely anything's possible. Again, this is your boy Saz, and you are listening to a Watching in the Spotlight podcast. I am joined with my sister, the one and the only. We are talking about appreciating the small wins. Going down to how can you recognize achieving a small win. Track the progress for your mental boost in a journal. As I said, spreadsheet or an app, crossing items off that you have often. Treat yourself to a small reward, even if it's just a 5-minute break to get some fresh air. Share your win with friends, family, or colleagues. Have both a short-term and long-term plan toward larger goals, such as smaller milestones along the way. Aim for progress, not perfection. Aim for progress, not perfection, because especially if it's something that you're just starting out in, you are not going to get it perfect.
And you'll always have an excuse not to start. It's always going to be something you need. It's always going to be a better way to do it. So you just got to start.
It's always going to be better equipment that you need. I know whenever I first started going all the way back to Taz Entertainment, I started Taz Entertainment with a magazine that looked like a 5th grader done. But at the time, one of the hot DJs in the DFW was Rock Chia, whenever he was at 97.9 The Beat. And I contacted him. I was like, I'm new to the town, new to the city or whatever. And so I am, this is what I want to do. I've been listening to you, yada, yada. And I would love for you to be my cover story. Not even thinking he would even respond, because you don't know me. He responded immediately and was like, yes, let's go. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, now I have to figure out what to do. Because, like, sometimes we be so excited about what we want to do, we just jump out and do it and don't have a blueprint or nothing.
You got to count up the costs. You got to figure it out, but it'll also figure itself out on the way.
And that's what it did for me. Not only did it figure itself out, but because Roxy saw the gift, or he saw the desire, even until today, like me and the guys from Sports Therapy Podcast, we just attended whenever the WNBA did their sign-on thing.
Oh, that's cool.
His daughter, Harmony Turner, was picked for the WNBA in Vegas.
Oh.
And he allowed us to come through. Like, he has been one of the people who, in my process of becoming where I am now, was that constant, like, no, don't give up. No, you got it. No, you good. Even whenever he saw that there were major mistakes made along the way, he didn't look at those major mistakes and be like, okay, just give up. And sometimes to see the progress, we have to have people in our lives that see where we can go.
Yeah, that see the potential.
Yeah, because it's easy, and not yes men. A lot of times we have yes men that'll just say yes to everything, say good for everything, and you know you flop. But your yes men to make you be like, oh, you got this, keep on going, and it's garbage. How do we get past the people in our lives that see the potential, but when they tell us the truth, we don't want to hear it because it's not what we want to hear?
You got to want better more than you want to be right all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I have, my cousin is that person. And, you know, we're arguing, and, you know, I think about it, be like, you were right. Your mama, but you was right. Yeah, you just move on.
Yeah.
You need somebody who's going to be that check and balance.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, that was trash. You can do better.
Yeah.
We move forward. You find out what didn't work, and you move forward.
How did you feel whenever you got that first? Because this ain't it.
I definitely said, your mama. Your mama ain't it. And she's like, you take it how you want it, but, you know, I'm not going to have your hair looking stupid.
Right.
And you appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you could be out here like Drake with them abs, but,
Man.
you know, that's another day, another story.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I remember one time I was singing at church, And I hit a note that wasn't on nobody's scale.
You was what at church?
I was singing at church.
So I'm sitting by you today.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I was singing at church and I hit that note and I made eye contact with my cousin and there was so much disappointment in her face that I cut the song off and we ran on out. We went home. So you need that person to be like, don't sing that no more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I have a couple of people who I've learned in the process, because for me, getting into media or journalism, I know nothing. I just woke up one day and had a desire to want to do something. First of all, I love being in people's business.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the easy part. The part that I had to learn was the research part.
Yeah.
Because, like, you look at social media now, I am so fed up, or so, like, I don't know, I guess fed up would be the word, with, we don't do research on social media. We see a headline and run with it.
Don't even click on the link.
Don't even click. Because, like, the one thing I've been battling for the last month or so is since Jamal Roberts won American Idol. Mm. There have been so many stories that people have just looked at the title and just believe that he's this person based off of a title. Not worrying about the fact that this story was just made up by your next door neighbor and has no credibility at all.
And now it's AI. These AI videos.
AI looks so real.
And if you're not listening closely, the voices sound like your favorite pastor, your favorite influencer, and that's damaging.
Like the video I sent you.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no pastor in their right mind. Now that cousin pastor, he would have said he dead.
Said it.
He with whoever he with.
Yeah.
We gonna say he with the Lord. He with whoever he with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's dangerous because people have that attention span where they don't take the time. You're like, is this real? Nope, I heard it. It's enough.
It's enough. Again, everybody, it's your boy Taz, and you are listening to or watching In the Spotlight podcast, joined with my sis, the one and the only. Before we close the show, Felicia, give me your last outlook on small wins.
I'm celebrating. I almost died a couple times. So, me breathing, I'm going to clap for me because you never know if their next breath is coming, so you can't wait for the special occasion. The special occasion is now.
Yeah. I think for me, it's as simple as I have learned in being an entrepreneur, but just in being a human in general. Like Felicia said, waking up every morning is a win. I don't care how the day went before or what happens throughout that day, it's a win. In business, I'm learning because, especially in this industry, things change every day. So it doesn't matter how good today was, tomorrow can always be better. Yeah. I just have to apply myself. And I have to keep myself surrounded by the right people. Because being surrounded by the wrong people can make your small win seem like a no win. So with that being said, man, this is your boy Taz. Once again, I said my name 1 billion times in today's show. Felicia done said hers 2 times.
I said
2 billion times. So say it again on your birthday.
On my birthday.
That part.
I take presents, cash. I take snacks and this food stamps.
I take food stamps too, because you know they about to cut all of that out.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
So before y'all cut it, send it to us.
Send it.
Our information is at the bottom, but just in case y'all just listening and not reading, my Cash App is $I am TREVAYNE. You want to drop something for the people?
My Cash App is $FELECIAKP. Felicia has 2 E's, not 2 I's. Get it right.
You sound like you was about to start rapping.
Send me a message. I'll send it to you.
That part. All of our social media is found at the bottom of the screen, but it's also in the description. We appreciate you guys for being a part of today's show. We'll see you guys next week. Holla.